All right, YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. It is April 22nd. We got 4 NBA playoff games to jump into today. Like always, we're going to jump into each and every game. I'll give you my lean on the game. We'll talk about the total, but all my final plays that I'm actually going to be rolling with, those will be in the pinned comments, so make sure to check that out. We're coming off of a 1-1 night, 1-0 against the spread and total type official plays. We do have the over in the Nuggets and the Timberwolves game that cashes. Then we had kind of a long shot parlay for serious plus money. We had the Celtics and the Nuggets money line. Obviously the Celtics don't come through for us, so we do go 1-1 unit wise. I will say I'm glad that we were able to hit that over, because that is we kind of pride ourselves on the spread and total plays. Parlays I don't always like, but did see some value in that yesterday. But nonetheless, we do go 1-1, looking to make it a profitable night tonight. We do have a couple cool things to talk about. I'll get into a new announcement. If you watched the baseball video, we did get into that, but I do want to talk about something in terms of a brand partnership that we're doing with a sports betting analytics and research website and app that is awesome. It'll save you guys a lot of time if you do want to check it out. We'll talk about that after game 1 of this video. So let's go ahead and jump right into it, guys. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button as well. You've been running up the likes as of late, and the new subscribers. I cannot thank you guys. You know what? Let's pump in some crowd noise for you guys. Thank you guys very, very much for all the support as of late. But let's jump into the first game here. We got the Nets taking on the 76ers here. Nets +2 at home. Total sitting at 209 points. Now, we saw Embiid kind of bang up his knee last game. He is out here. Now, they say he had a sprained knee or a potentially sprained knee. One thing I will say is this could just be sort of the fact that this is a series right now, or a game in which the Sixers are up 3-0 and they don't want Embiid to get further injured. So I don't know how much weight we want to put into that for a long-term issue here, but it does impact this game very much. And I do start to lean towards Brooklyn in this one. I don't know how much you can trust the Sixers team necessarily without Embiid. So I am going to lean Brooklyn plus the 2 points. If Embiid was playing, I think that they close the series out and sweep them. But Brooklyn, are with Sixers without Embiid. I don't really like that. James Harden, obviously got ejected last game. He didn't look all that great. And the Nets really battled in that game and just lost it towards the end of the game. So I think they have that dog in them right now in that fight. They don't want to, get swept and have to leave here getting swept, losing 2 in a row at home. So I'm leaning towards Brooklyn plus the 2 points. In terms of a total, oh man, do I want to take the over again. But last time we took the over, it was 209.5, and it did not hit. We gotta lean under, guys. I gotta think with my brain and not this big old gut here, because 209 looks so gettable. But I do think that, this one has a very strong chance of going under. Now, if you were in the comments and you had the thought that I had originally, well, Embiid's out, so this pace is going to be faster, that's a really valid point. So if that's, sort of the story and you want to stick to it, I'm not going to challenge you and say, no, don't take the over. But looking at all the games this playoffs right now, these low-scoring games that have a low total, really, really hard to convince me now to be like, no, 209 is a gettable number. These two teams could go out there and have a 90 to 88 game at any given moment. So I'm going to lean towards the under, but I do see sort of, and I give, I guess, credit to the idea of, well, without Embiid, this could be a faster paced game. And like I said, dude, I do want to talk to you guys about one thing prior to getting into the rest of the slate, and it is a new partnership that we have going on the channel, and it's going to be Outlier, guys. Outlier, make your sports betting research process smarter. Everything in Outlier is so damn visual. They analyze player trends. It's good for player props, spreads, totals, all that. We do have sort of more of a preview of the tool at the end of the video. We're going to do an Outlier play of the day, and we'll jump into that. So stay tuned later on at the end of the video for that. But definitely check out Outlier, guys. Use the link in the description here, and you guys can sign up for a 7-day free trial. This is like putting all the, all the juice, everything you need right in front of you, and it's super easily consumed. So make sure to check out Outlier, guys. Use that link in the description for a 7-day free trial. And if you want to see how the tool is worked and how it's used, just stick around till the end of this video and we will look at that. All right, game 2 of the slate here. We got the Phoenix Suns taking on the Clippers here. Suns up 2-1 in this series. In this one here, Clippers are +7.5 at home. Total is at 226 right now. Obviously, this Phoenix team kind of has started to show, I don't want to say dominance, but sort of shown that they are the better team. But 7.5 points is a lot to give. We saw it last game. The Clippers lost by 5 points, but they did ultimately cover. So I am going to lean Clippers again, plus the 7.5 points. In terms of the total, this one is a kind of a tricky one for me, but I am going to look at the under in this one as well. Now, last game and the game before, if I'm not mistaken, I forget the exact score of the game prior, but I think we had, a 230 plus in both of those games. So that worries me a little bit, but I think if this Clippers team wants to sort of avoid going down 3-1, they're going to have to play some serious basketball. And 7.5 points, no Leonard. I think he missed last game. They still kept it close. No Paul George. It seems absolutely ludicrous, but I do think that 7.5 points is a little bit too much to be giving a team that sort of doesn't want to go down 3-1. So do I wish Paul George hadn't gotten injured a while ago? No kidding. Do I wish Kawhi Leonard was playing in this game? No kidding. 7.5 points is 7.5 points. So Russell Westbrook and company better buckle up, because I think that with those guys out, I think everyone and their grandmother and the public's going to be on the Phoenix side of things. So we're kind of being the contrarian in the room there. But again, that total looking at the under. All right, third game, we have the Heat taking on the Bucks. Another big question mark in terms of an injury here. Giannis is questionable with that back injury. Kyle Lowry is also probable. We saw the Bucks blow out Miami a couple games, or in game 3 or game 2 of the series. This is game 3, and that was with no Giannis either. So it is kind of interesting to see. But I will say, if Giannis doesn't play, I think Miami comes out at home here pretty damn fired up. I'm going to take Miami +5 if Giannis doesn't play. If Giannis does play, I'm going to be looking at the Bucks minus the 5 points. In terms of the total, this is one that I actually do think the pace of play can get pushed a little bit. We saw it in game 2 here. Game 1 as well was a very high scoring game. So, most people are probably going to look at that and be like, well, it's not going to continue, but that's what we have. That's sort of the data that we have as of right now. So I'm going to lean towards the over in this one as well. All right, Lakers taking on the Grizzlies. Lakers -4 at home, total 221.5. We got burned with an under on these two teams. What was it? I think in game 1, but we're rolling the dice again. Under 221.5 is my first lean on this game. I think that we see a very game much closer than what we saw in game 2, which is 103-93 win for the Grizzlies. But I think the Lakers bounce back here. I think this is one of the more back and forth type series that we're going to see in the playoffs right now. We do have LeBron and Anthony Davis both probable with a foot injury here, but I do obviously expect them to play. I'm going to lean towards the Lakers -4 here as well to bounce back, and again, we're looking at that under. All right, guys, now we're going to jump into our outlier play of the day. We did throw in a nice baseball one earlier with the baseball video, so make sure to check out our MLB video. But when you go to outlier, this is going to be the first thing you see. Obviously, you can filter to sport. We're looking at the NBA here. You have the trending, you have some games, meaning you can look at the games in terms of money line, spread, over. You have prop finder, which looks like an overwhelming screen, but it is absolutely helpful. It's every player prop out there offered on the big sports books here. FanDuel, DraftKings, MGM, Caesars, that type of thing. But we're going to look at this trending tab, because this is what I'm talking about simplifying and, making your process of sports betting research even more efficient here. This is Outlier doing the dirty work and the heavy lifting for you guys. You have your insights tab, which is also your trending tab, and it's looking at all these player props, and meaning that these are offered on one of those 4 sports books there. If you do want to filter to sportsbook, you can also do that. I'll explain why that is going to be crucial in just a second. But yeah, this trending page is absolutely awesome. It looks at trends and says something like this: LeBron James has failed to exceed 28.5 points in 10 of his last 13 games. We can either make that a pick right now and click it, right? And then it's integrated with our sportsbook, and we can just head right over there. Or we could click that graph and go into it and look at, okay, when did he do this? What was the situation? Was it home? Was it away? Was it a win-loss by, won by 5 points, 12 plus points, that type of thing. We can look at these very, very visual graphs, guys. It's really, really worth checking out. And the cool thing here is that you can go ahead and just click either one of these. DraftKings, Caesars, you can click DraftKings. It's going to take you right to DraftKings. And if we were to be logged in, which we're not, you'll see it puts it right on your bet slip here. And that's one from earlier today when we did our baseball one. But this throws it right into our bet slip. We can do, if we wanted to throw something on and we were logged in, we could log in and place bet right away. So very, very cool. But let's go back to this trending tab and really kind of go through. And again, I barely looked at these this morning. I'm trying to show you how easy it is to use this tool and apply it to your plays. So let's take a peek at this. One thing here jumps out to me is Miami 4-0, 100% versus the Bucks at home since the start of the season. So they're home for plus 172 odds. Looks really, really good. Giannis, obviously he's not definitely playing here, but one that looks good is he exceeded 26.5 points in 20 of his last 29 games. One that I'm going to look at here and I really like, and this one caught my eye earlier too, 94% of his games is last 16 games, right? Kevin Durant has failed to exceed 5.5 assists within 15 of his 16 on the road against opponents with a winning record. Super, like, when are you going to be able to find that yourself? So let's go ahead and look into this. You can see FanDuel has the best odds right now at -136, DraftKings -150, BetMGM -160 as well. But we can go ahead and look at this now. So the Suns are 7.5 point favorites. What if they say they won by 8+ points? He's hit it in 3 of his last 4 times doing that. And we can just look at head-to-head as well this season here. So these last 2 games, obviously, he's hit the under here as well. I'm going to lock that in. Kevin Durant under 5.5 assists is going to be our play of the day here. Again, we're not logged in, but you could pick our state. We go in and it adds right to our bet slip here. Kevin Durant under 5.5. If we wanted to put something on it, we could easily do that. 1 click and we're in, guys. So that is how cool Outlier really is. And that is going to be our Outlier play of the day here. And again, you can see in the top right of our screen, you're going to be able to see our record that we're going to keep track of as we do this. We have 1 for MLB and 1 for NBA for today. And that's going to wrap it up, guys. Hope you guys do enjoy the video, and hope you guys do check out Outlier. Again, we have a link to that in our description. You'll be seeing us talk a lot more about it as I'm using it every single day and simplifying my sports betting process, which I highly encourage you should do as well. 7-day free trial with that link, but I know you guys are going to sign up after that. It's an amazing, amazing tool. So make sure to check that out, and I'll catch you guys in the next video, all right? Peace out.